Hi, welcome to In Her Lane. I'm Hannah.
I'm Monica.
And today we are here with none other than Courtney Roczen.
Hi. I feel like we need a...
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How's it feel being back in Cali?
You know, it's been like 10 years since since I left here. And, you know, Clinton Keith was my stomping grounds for a long time. That was, I commuted to Carlsbad every day. So I've paced these freeways. But yeah, it's so grown up around here now.
It's like nostalgic for you out here.
Yeah, I love it. A lot happened, you know. Bought my first house here, and
it was in Marietta.
Yeah, Marietta. We had Bunko back then.
I know.
Like there was a good decade where
Courtney and I played Grandma Bunko.
Oh yeah, I played Bunko. I love Bunko.
That group was.
It got crazy.
It got crazy.
It was so fun though for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that time. I don't know if it's like that at all anymore, but yeah, I was kind of reminiscing. Like that was a good time.
I would see every now and then posts. It was just when
nobody had kids yet.
Social media was...
I had kids in Bunko.
You did?
Yeah, I had kids. I think it was just like me and Ashley Grant, but for the most part, yeah.
Would you guys rotate homes every month? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun, and we have a theme. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It was fun.
They should bring that back.
No. Maybe we can do like a Bunko at A1 next year.
Yeah.
Like we'll just like for
just like a hangout, like a hey.
Yeah.
Let's have some drinks and chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'll be there. So did you grow up out here?
No, so my whole family's from Santa Clarita area, which is like northern LA, like where the epic of motocross and supercross used to be before I think it transitioned down here. And then grew up in Cedar City, Utah. And
so are you from Santa Clarita?
Yeah, just like outside of Santa Clarita
How long
area.
did you live there for?
We moved when I was 9. We
Oh,
kind of went all over, like Agua Dulce, Acton, Palmdale. We kind of just were desert kids.
Yeah.
And then moved to Utah when I was 9. And yeah, spent my whole childhood there. And then we moved to St. George when I was a junior in college. And so I call St. George my hometown just when, like, we've gone back there for the past 20 years. So it's just... Where are you from? I'm St. George. Yeah, that's where my parents are. My whole family, for the most part,
my son lived out there for this past summer.
I love it.
It's grown a lot, St. George.
Huge.
Yeah,
it's huge now, and we love every time we go back. We haven't set down any kind of roots there, and I'm not sure if we will, but yeah, it's always fun to go back home.
Do you have an ideal place that you would like to settle down?
We love Florida. I'd like to kind of see what's out there, maybe like Tennessee or something.
Different locations and stuff.
I just miss a season or two. Like right now it's either freezing in Florida or it's hot as heck.
There's no in between.
Yeah, we've had a couple really great months, but I want to see color in the trees. That's what I grew up. I'd like to have a little bit easier access to take my kids to snow or, maybe a little bit more land or something. Yeah. But Florida's, I have truly become an East Coaster. I love Florida, everything it has to offer. I love our life in Florida. So, yeah.
I love that for you guys.
I tried living in Tennessee. I couldn't do it.
No?
Well, it was just hard, the back and forth, because we were just there for the summers and,
It's so hot.
We have property there still. In Chattanooga area, which I do love it there, but the kids, it was hard. They were in school. It was tough, but
we finally completely left here because after we sold our house, we both sold our houses in 2015, and we just rented every time that we would come out here. And then it was 2019 we bought over in Dana Point because Ken got really into surfing, and we have a lot of our friends from the industry too that.
That's a great area.
We were in San Clemente for a couple of years, and then COVID hit, and we're like, we don't know what's happening.
Well, in California was
real estate
crazy.
It's crazy. Let's just put a number.
Yeah, and we were smart.
See ya.
Yeah.
That was smart. Yeah, for sure. But I love that area, Dana Point.
I know
the whole coast.
If we were to ever go back, I feel like that's just kind of our stomping grounds when we come to California. It's a little bit rugged, surf scene. Love it.
It's not so, I don't know, touristy, I feel like, compared to Laguna and Newport and Huntington. It's more of a lot of families.
You can get around on bikes. I don't know if we ever got in our car. If we went into San Clemente, we never got in the car. We just got on our Murphs and just
I love
cruise,
that.
So
go down
fun.
to the beach, get dinner, go down Main Street, take everything to the beach.
That's
coffee.
the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
100%.
All right, so you grew up in a moto family.
Yes.
Your dad rode, your brother rode, raced. Did your dad race too?
No, not so much. My dad did more like downhill mountain bikes and BMX when he was growing up, and then when Blake and I were young. And they got my brother a PW when he was 4.
Of course.
And he's still a little bit, like, Blake was tiny growing up. So I did my first race. So in our hometown, which was Cedar City, we had Cedar Raceway. And so we had our
I've been there.
And we were probably for Loretta's.
For Loretta's.
Areas or regionals. So, like, we had a lot of fast guys go through
That
Cedar.
area.
Yeah,
Okay.
through that area. You know, I grew up with Tomax, Baggett's, Josh Hansen, because it's Colorado, California, everywhere.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was kind of our transition into more racing, was because we had a track basically in our backyard. And so I did one race on that PW, and
So
You did.
race.
one race.
Okay.
One race. And it just, like, I loved it, you know, but my mom's like, not for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what did you do? Did you do anything else?
I mean, I still had dirt bikes.
Yeah. So you rode.
Yep.
For fun.
They bought us matching Z50s, and we'd rip around the backyard. Blake would always beat me, you know. But no, they kept me so involved because we're friends with everyone at the track. You know,
It's like a
owners and
family.
everything. Yeah, my dad was the start gate guy for a long time, and you know, we'd ride 4-wheelers around the track with the grooming gate or the grooming fence on the back. Or I learned how to drive a stick shift. 14 years old, grooming a motocross track. So
You were in it.
Love it.
we were in it, yeah. Well, you know, growing up in Utah, it was a different culture. And so I was with my dad and my brother and my mom a lot. And we had all of our friends at the track. And that was like our little bubble. You know, when you're in moto and people don't, like, I mean, they didn't understand, like, you guys just ride dirt bikes all the time. And I'm like,
Nobody
no,
gets
you don't
it.
get it. You don't get it. We love it. Like, this was it's what we did.
True
It's
life,
all we
yeah.
did. So, and then it got to a point where we started traveling a lot more, and
With Blake.
with Blake, yeah. And my mom and dad bought me a camera, and they're like, have fun, do what you want with it. And I worked for, when Blake went off-road racing, I worked for the local photographer lady. And so I'd either go take some photos out on the track for her and come back and give her the sim, and she'd print, or I'd be printing.
I didn't know that. How
Yeah,
fun.
like, I loved it. But my parents were super good about keeping me involved. And yeah, we just went
Not making it
everywhere.
all about
Well, figuring
Blake.
out what
Yeah.
you like.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I mean,
I think
just,
that's
like,
so
just
smart
travel.
to, like, with the camera
Well,
situation,
it
to
is
kind
hard.
of,
And
you're
it's
still a part
hard.
of it in
Still
your
part
own
of it.
way.
Yeah. And then once I got my driving license, that was a big part of getting to Ponca and Loretta's. And my dad's like, you're going to get your hours on this single trip to Ponca,
Yeah.
you know? And like, you're going to
That's
learn
so-
not to take business route exits. And it's going to take us an extra 30 minutes to get back to the freeway. But yeah, no, my parents were fantastic with keeping it very equal, because it's just my brother and I, and it's
Which is so hard to do.
Is
because-
he older or younger?
younger, 5
Okay.
years.
That's
Yeah,
my brother. He's
younger.
5 years
Yeah.
younger.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure that there was a time where there was some jealousy, because I'm like, motocross again. Why do we
Right.
gotta go?
That's how I felt too. Like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
my summer vacation was at Ponca and then Loretta's. And,
Yeah,
I remember,
But ultimately, my parents did a good job too.
yeah.
well, I didn't grow up around it, but hearing Nathan and his family talk about, they didn't go on vacations. Their vacations were going to,
Yeah.
and I thought that was so foreign. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, really? So then when our kids started doing sports, and then they'd have Memorial Weekend tournaments, and I'm like, oh, I guess we're not going anywhere. And Nathan's like, but this is like, we're going to need to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it
ultimately,
made me
that's
look at it
all that matters. I
Right.
wouldn't trade my childhood.
No.
Right.
And
No,
mean,
but I
we
didn't
spent
know.
So much time together as a family
Yeah.
unit.
But then once we started doing that for our kids,
Yeah.
then I got it. I didn't
Yeah.
care where we were, and we made the most of it wherever we
Yeah.
went.
Totally.
Yeah, for the kids.
It
And
doesn't matter if you're in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee.
No, sweating, you got the bugs. Yeah, no, like we were together, and yeah, our first family vacation, I don't think wasn't until 2015 when it's like, hey, we're
really going away from
Yeah, from moto, a vacation with no dirt bikes.
Yeah.
What is that like?
yeah,
there's no motors. What's
I
going
know,
on?
it's wild.
No smell of gas.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, so you went to college. Where'd you go to college?
Southern Utah University.
Where is that at?
Cedar City, Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had an academic scholarship. I was a bookworm, you know, like I wasn't super athletic, but I would try. Just Blake got that gene. So yeah, I was bookworm, got an academic scholarship to SUU, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do though. I straight out of high school, I did an internship with the family and went back again after my freshman year of college for my second internship with, at that time they had sold to Wasserman. And yeah, I already knew what I wanted to do. I just needed my piece of paper and get me out of here. So I really didn't care what college
What was your major?
Business management.
Okay.
Yeah, and I tried to focus a bit on marketing, you know, and finance and everything while I was there. But yeah, I just knew that it's motocross. I need my little certificate, and I have a job waiting.
I need my certificate.
So yeah.
So you did an internship with the family right out of high school.
It wasn't. Was it called the family back then?
It was the family.
Because they
But
did.
it's back to the family now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
V2. Yeah.
When Nathan was represented by them, I think it was when Steve was already with Wasserman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He I think he sold in 2000. I'm guessing 16, but no, I've everyone who I interned with, I still see them all the time. Like, you know, like Bob Walker was with the family back then.
Yep.
And I saw Travis Clark last weekend and Bob, and they're still with Wasserman and
Bob Moore.
yeah. So it was fantastic. Like, yeah, I knew what I wanted to do, and
You did it.
Yeah, did it. Got there as quick as possible.
And then you got hired on
Yep.
right out of college.
Yep. So I went, tracked down Bob, and so my dad and Bob actually grew up in the same town. Bob's also from Santa Clarita.
Bob Walker.
Bob Moore.
Bob Moore. Right.
Yeah. Bob Moore, and he and my dad went to the same high school, and I had read an article in Racer X when they still did magazines, and it was about this guy, and he was an agent or athlete turned agent, and I was like, oh, I went to school with that guy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's what I want to do. Like if Blake has any chance at becoming a professional, like we started it together, we're going to end it together. I want to do this. And at that time, like Kelly Earnhardt was doing that with Junior, and she was someone who I looked to because like she was with her brother. I'm like, I want to be with my brother. And so yeah, I tracked him down, called friends. I mean, there wasn't like high-speed internet, I feel like, at the time. So it's like, called this friend, and finally got his number, and like, hey, can I just like job shadow you? And he got me a ticket to Anaheim 1, 2005. And I just was on cloud nine. It's like, I had the front row VIP pass to meeting Ricky and meeting Chad, and just seeing how Bob operated, and I was like, this is for sure what I want to do. I love the business side of Supercross. And so yeah, he let me do an internship with him right when I graduated high school. Spent the summer down in Carlsbad, and went back the next year just to make sure, because it's like right before I was able to change my major. And I'm like, yep, this is what I want to do. And he said, when you graduate, I hope we can afford you, because we'd love to, bring you on. And they did. They hired me. My first job.
What year was that?
2009.
Okay.
So, and yeah, I was sending Steve some pictures the other day, and I'm like, just to show how long time has gone, like, this was 15 years ago. Like, I've almost known you 20 years.
Time goes by.
So what were your roles when you first started at?
So I was Bob's assistant.
Okay.
And Bob was very integrated into MotoGP.
Okay.
I didn't know much about MotoGP, but I knew that it was the best way for me to learn the business. And man, did he set me up with some life skills on the business management side that I could have never learned in college. Like even from something as simple as how to like organize your folders in your email. Like he finely tuned me, because he was his attention to detail was so like, if you can find it easy, you can do it on the road. Like, make it easy on yourself, be organized.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. I already was, but like seeing how he operated, I just immediately implemented. And so I did everything from travel to calendar scheduling. You know, if someone got injured, I'm getting you appointments at, you know, Doc Bodner's or, and after I had about a year under my belt, I mean, I would also, at that time, we were even still doing press clippings, like out of magazines and stuff. Like, we weren't really involved online, and it sounds so weird.
I have a whole thing full of like stuff.
Did you get a folder when he left Wasserman? Because
I don't remember. I think we did.
And it was
because Bob was actually our agent, personal agent.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And he played a huge part in Nathan debuting the 4-strokes. He knew that was the path that was going.
Yeah.
So he's super smart.
Yeah. No, Bob's knowledge is.
But then he went over to Europe
Yep.
and was doing the MotoGP stuff.
He moved over there, which was also kind of my transition from athletes to brands, because Bob saw a future in Europe, and I'm like, I'm not going to go to Italy with you. Like, I can't. That's too far from my mom.
It sounds amazing though.
Yeah, it really was. And so he set me up. He really was my first introduction to brands, which is where I continue to go with my career, because I helped him do Valentino Rossi's first Monster deal.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
It's a nice thing on your resume.
Yeah.
I know, and I still have, like, I kept a couple of the books that we created to present to Monster, and so where he would go and, you know, do the pitches and everything, and he would bring back here's what I need from you. I need these stats. I need to do media evaluations. I need to know, like, what this location, like, before you could put it into a quick formula, and, you know, the internet will give you the answer. Like, I'm having to be like a math statistician and say, okay, like, this is how much this logo placement is value based off of how long he's on TV or how many press clippings he has.
Wild.
So that was kind of my introduction to brands, and so after that we closed that deal. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, is he still a Monster athlete? It's probably been one of their
Valentino?
longest running. Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Don't quote us.
Yeah. I don't know. So then, Bob ended up going to Europe, and Steve was just about to close on a Dodge Ram and Bel-Ray for Hart and Huntington. And man, bless his soul, because I knew nothing like this. I went from like one extreme to the other. I'm like, and he really threw me in the deep end, and, you know, learn how to swim, like, figure it out and don't mess up. Like, basically was like, don't embarrass me.
No big deal.
So I started managing the brands for Hart and Huntington, and I would be on site. So what Steve would do is he would go to all these meetings, close the deal, and then he would pass the brands to me. And I was basically babysitting a contract to make sure every deliverable was in there.
That they stay true to what was in there.
Yep, no more, no less. I mean, you can go above and beyond, but only if you have the time. Just make sure the client is happy with the results, and make sure that they're up to date, that they know that they're, you know, getting their value. And so that was everything from logo placements to hosting people on the weekend. And I loved it. I'm like, this is really cool. I want to keep going in brands. So when the opportunity came up to work with Two Two Motorsports, it was really the Bel-Ray introduction. And I think they were 2012. And so I was helping that sponsor on 2 teams, you know, and getting to see how each one operated. And Hart and Huntington, I spent a lot of great years learning with them, but I'm like, what's the next level? Like, where can I go from here? And, you know, when you have the opportunity to work for Two Two Motorsports and Chad Reed, it's like, when you go from, they weren't private tier team. I mean, they had it going on.
They were smaller back then.
Yeah, they were way smaller before they got to RCH.
Yeah.
And it was a little wild over there.
Oh, yeah,
like,
for sure.
I had not.
It's part of the brand, though, I feel like.
It very much was. And I'm like, you know, I go with, what do I believe in? What are my interests? And I'm like, I want to be on the performance side. like, I want to transition and I want to go with Two Two Motorsports.
The next level.
Yeah, the next level. And, you know, it's working with the cream of the crop. You know, and so Steve helped me transition. So 2012, was Bellray. And then we had just closed. I got to sit in on all of the pre-meetings, like the whining and dining and pitches for Discount Tire. And or here in California, it's America's Tire. So.
Right.
But, and so because I was along, you know, with them on that journey, that was my brand that I got to manage. And we had closed a deal for Two Two Feld, Global Rallycross, and Travis Pastrana when he was doing that. And, I mean, dream job, dream client. Yeah, like, who knew that I would love working in the tire business so much? But, like, I loved it. What a fantastic company to work with. And, so I got to go everything from X Games with Travis, did the whole Global Rallycross series, and it was just managing the brand. And what was great about Discount was they didn't really do it for the advertisement, if you will. This was purely like an employee give back. They were so in tune with their employees. It's like, we know that they love racing. That's, you know, in their heritage. And their employees loved motocross and four-wheel racing, and which was same thing as me. So to be able to go to all these events and host their employees was so fun, because I got to give them the VIP experience, and I got full access to
what a cool company to do that for their employees, to make them feel a part of it.
Would they bring people to every race, or was it
every race?
Wow.
Every single race. I would do 31 weekends nonstop hosting on the weekends. I think I had like 15 employees every single weekend. And they had...
Would they bring their families and stuff like that?
Yeah, they would get 15 tickets, and we would do everything from track walks to, you know, their own private meet and greets, to a full overview of the pits, and they would come in their shirt, and I would make sure, you know, if we're in California, you're wearing America's Tire. If you're everywhere else, you're wearing Discount Tire, and they got their goodie bag, tour of the rig, and that was a dream client. But at the same time, I was still... And Wasserman always called me like his co-team manager, but really I was just like a brands manager. But I was doing everything from generating posters, making sure that the logos were correct on the trucks and the uniforms, and, you know, approvals that were at appearances and that were there on time.
Well, was Wasserman at the time was a pretty big part of Two Two Motorsports then?
Yes. Yeah. They were, I would say, kind of the, you know, when you...
Which is unusual for like an agency to be helping essentially run a team, because that's not how any team my husband's worked for has gone.
Right. Yeah, I think that's where they shined, though. It's because it's like when the athlete wanted to do something, fully
they were
support.
Game on.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, and you know, Chad wanted to do things his way, and we did it. You know, whatever we need to make happen, we'll do it. And so Steve really gave, I think, Chad the tools to make his dreams come alive, and, you know, supported it with staff. Like, I was on Wasserman's payroll, even though I was working for Two Two. And, just what a cool time. Like, that was such a good experience for me, because I feel like it gave me such a platform to learn and grow and mess up, even, if you will, because we all had something to prove as a group.
Totally.
And so, you know, we're representing Chad and all these, like, really badass partners, like, you know, very well-funded team. And I got to travel with my brothers, like, you know, Goose, Lars, Shane, or two Shanes. You know, I still see all of them, like, nearly every single weekend. And just, I mean,
one
how
big
many
family.
People still get a text from Goose, hey, great job for Kenny this weekend. And like, I worked with them so long ago, but it was such a period of time where, like, how lucky was I to get to experience that with them?
It seems like so much fun too.
It was
a lot of work, you know, a lot of hours you're putting in, especially on a race weekend.
Yeah, you don't get to see your family, don't get to have a healthy relationship.
I'm
lucky I got to go to Bunko.
Yeah, Bunko was on like Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why the supercross industry is so close because of that. You see each other more than you do your family.
Yeah, and you know, I really got to do, like, even felt they let me do whatever I needed because I was, you know, something that I brought to the table for them, you know, and just VIP, all access. It was super cool.
Really cool.
It was really cool.
And I have to say it worked because to this day, we still go to America's Tire.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I do too.
I mean, we like established a relationship with a guy, but that's why we went, because they supported moto. So we were like, well, we're going to support you. So it worked.
Well, and it's like you see, like if you go into their shop too, like they're so nice. Like the people who are in the shops.
Yeah, they are.
And so it made it so easy to work with them and to go to their appearances because, like, these guys, they're not college grads. Like, they do a lot of in-house promotion. Like, there's people who have, you know, the
I love that.
owner or the manager of the branch, he could have started out when he was 15 years old as a tire changer.
Totally.
And, like, that's their thing. Like, we promote within. Like, if you're with us. And I loved that.
Well, and that goes true with any job. Like the experience you gain versus college, it's not the same at all.
For sure.
I mean, you learn some things in college, unless you need it for a specific career, like healthcare, lawyer.
Yeah.
But really, it's all about your own experiences.
Yeah.
And who's mentoring you.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, and I always had fantastic mentors. I always had male mentors. Really, Steve. You know, Steve, I was like, can I go back to college and can I get like my master's? And he's like, no, you'll get your master's sitting in that chair working.
It's true.
And I was like, okay.
You'll save a lot of money by not going.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Well, and I feel like you're so passionate about motorsports.
Yeah.
And you were just the perfect person for that job.
I loved it. And I still do. It's definitely, you know, my role's changed a lot, but I had so much confidence going and putting myself into the industry because I knew what I wanted. I knew like what path I needed to take. I worked for the best company, had the best mentor, and you know, it kind of made it a little bit, I don't want to say like easier, but it's like when you have drawn yourself this path and you can just stay on it, and I'm like, I don't know, it made it just that much more fun to go back into the office on Monday and like, guess what happened this weekend? And here's what we're working towards next. And so it was great.
Well, you knew what you wanted and you went for it, and it sounds like you didn't have a plan B. It was a plan A all the way.
All the way. Now, I even wore a ring to the races because I'm like, nobody talked to me. I know, like, I am working. Like, I love this. I am Courtney from Wasserman. You know, it's like,
this is my job.
This is my job. And I love this job. And, you know, you'd see what other teams were doing better, especially like always Mandy. Mandy always had like the best PR kits. And I'm like, gosh, like, how does she do it? And I'm like, I have to be that or better next time. So you're always, you know,
striving to the next, what else can I do? What's the next thing? I love that.
Sure. What was it like for you being in a predominantly male industry? Did you ever feel like less than, or like you had more to prove, or did you, I just kind of feel like you're just like one of the guys. Not, you aren't, but like you just were able to make it work.
Yeah, like I think I've always had like a very competitive nature, so I always have felt like, not from a feminine or a female's perspective that I had something to prove, but I'm like, I'm just going to prove all of them. Like I would even threaten Travis all the time, Travis Clark, who's one of the agents at Wasserman. But it'd be like, if you mess up, I'm taking your job. Like
challenging them.
I have my eyes on your job, because he also was an intern when I was an intern. He was an intern graduating from law school, and I was an intern graduating from high school.
Oh
and I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I got my eyes on you. Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah. So it just, I think, by nature, I've always felt like I've had something to prove, and that my my parents were entrepreneurs, so I've always seen them grow. There's always been a, trajectory of growth. And so I knew that that's what I have always had to do. So it wasn't ever being a female in this industry.
It was just you against
yourself.
yourself.
Like I said, I've always had male mentors, and given a platform where it's like, if you want to do it, we're going to support you. Like, where it's not like your job versus a guy's job.
Yeah.
So, like, no, I don't think it's ever.
Well, it
held
sounds
me
like you were
back.
pretty respected in the industry from a young start. And then you just kept proving why you could be trusted and respected.
And I feel like I knew this sport because it's growing up in it.
Right.
You know?
You had a
And it's like,
one-up on everybody.
Don't tell me that you know better than me because you don't. Like, I've become a statistician in this sport. Like, I know. Like, so, yeah, I think it's, I really tried to set the tone for me and what I wanted because I was representing the largest action sports agency in the world, too. So, and I have so much respect for the people who I work for and or did work for, that I wanted to do right by them. I wanted to grow in my career, but also I wanted to represent them well.
So,
you did.
do you take that part of you when you're dealing with Kenny and his career, obviously, not only as a wife, but as a business background? You're probably a huge asset for that part.
It hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
I know people, they see you put on the wife hat and they're like, oh yeah, she's cruising. And I'm like, no, Ken probably wishes I would tone it down, but I'm always like, hey, you should do the podcast. Hey, you should do this, you should do that. And
how can we grow your brand?
How can we grow? Because I see, with him, first, he's my husband, but two, like, we are now business partners. And I mean, going on 10 years, like, I ended up resigning from Wasserman because we got engaged, he got injured. It was just like, I can't
all
I
the
don't have so much time.
You did put on the wife hat, essentially, as you took a step back from the business side and just put on the wife hat for a little bit.
Yeah, I think 2017 was probably that transition year for me where I'm like, I can't do all of this.
Yeah.
And there were some tearful moments with Steve because I'm like, I'm throwing in the towel. Like,
Well, you were a big asset for him. That's why he knew your worth and value.
And I think he knew that my time would be much better spent healing a person, whether he ever came back to racing or not, because he loves Ken like a son.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep, we're going to close the book on this, and you can always come back, but let's change your focus.
What advice would you give to women that are trying to get into the industry, especially after hearing your awesome story of the successes you've had?
Yeah.
I know. I think never settle for just, I'm a woman in the sport. Like, I got here and this is my small role that I get to play. I think that, when you see women who are team managers, running PR departments, I mean, I was lucky enough that Steve put me also in front, like, he'd take me to meetings with Feld and I got to sit in with the Feld sisters and to see the gigantic company that they run. It's like, that's awesome.
It is.
And seeing that it's, they're running male, like, a woman owns Supercross and motocross.
I didn't know that, actually.
Carrie Coombs.
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah.
motocross. The Feld sisters run motocross and monster trucks. And I mean, Disney on Ice and everything.
I didn't know that Feld was ran by two sisters.
The daughters. I think there's
Love
three
it.
sisters.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. So, I always knew what females were out there and what they were doing.
They're really running the world. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Now there's a lot more females in the industry.
There is.
When you were running the business side,
Yeah.
it was slim pickings. There
Only
was
PR
not many.
girls.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
And I feel like I was maybe one of the first to be on like the brands and team side. But no, I would tell any female, sky's the limit, depending on what you want out of it. But also, there's always going to be someone after your job. And I think that that's where, like, you can't ever get too comfortable. It's like, how are you going to be improving? Because one of the things that I noticed where I came short of was how the market was changing. You know, we weren't just selling pitches and logo placement anymore because social media started to come in. And I had to fully relearn everything that I was taught and everything that I knew into this whole new world. And so as I transitioned out of being on site at the races and moving into the digital world, I had a lot of catch up to do because all these young kids in college, that's what they're learning and that's what they you know, and I mean,
you can get masters in social media now.
Yeah,
master's degrees.
People were coming in with masters and like, now I'm replaceable. And so, yeah, I would say, just always be on the hunt for how the markets are changing because it's
always evolving.
It's always evolving.
And that's true with like AI now.
Yeah. I don't understand.
A lot of people in certain jobs are like, can this, with fields they're going into, and my nephew, that's in college, I'm always like, well, I don't know, because AI could take that job away.
Yeah.
You have to be
Like
really
any tech job.
Any
feel like
tech
the
job.
jobs are gonna
coding. People who code things, that's going to be
a thing of the
probably
past.
gone. Yeah, and it's crazy. You have to be on top of the changes for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
anything else you want to touch on your business side of?
I mean, I guess when I got to start transitioning, I got to work with some fantastic brands and athletes outside of motorsports, which was like really refreshing for me.
Yeah.
I spent a couple years helping the surf department. And at that time I was working with Julian Wilson, who he's, now friends of Ken and I. And that really was like our intro into like surfing. And, Ken didn't know much about competitive surfing and he dabbled in surfing, but I like to credit myself with really driving home the passion for surfing for him because I was watching every competition and, how Julian was doing and new names. And I liked more of, again, like the performance side. And
so you drew him into that sport.
Yeah.
How fun.
And those guys were super, super fun to work with.
Did he ever do surfer cross?
No, I don't think so.
Ken, no?
No,
I could see
he
him
would've
doing
been good
that.
at it,
Yeah.
though.
They still do it every year, so maybe when he
When he
retires, he needs to come down and it's a really fun event.
It is
That
fun.
would be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to work with Bryce Menzies and his off-road truck team, and learned a bit about that world too. And
The off-road world is wild.
Yeah,
Big
and
money.
I still cheer for, still watch every Baja and everything.
Yeah.
Not only to watch Bryce and them, but because they actually, Bryce's sister is married to the brother of one of my brother's competitors when they were young, and they're from Vegas, so they were still part of that. It's such a small industry, but how our worlds crossed, the Crenenbuehls. But yeah, so it's I knew Heather's family and now she's married to Bryce's sister.
Such a small world.
Yeah, but and then my dad went, and my dad actually won, I think it's the 500 as the navigator in the side-by-side for Honda. So it's we left Honda, and I'm still side cheering Honda because my dad's part of the team, and he's been the tire changer for the Pilot and the Ridgeline. So
do you think that Kenny will ever go off-road,
oh yeah,
down the road?
Yeah. I'm hoping that we can make that just a seamless transition as he retires.
Yeah.
I know I just saw the bills come in for the simulator that he's having built, so I'm sure it's sooner than later. I'm like, what's this?
You're like, okay.
Yeah, who's coming? Who's coming to build what? Where's this going?
That's
So,
awesome.
It is awesome.
It's in their blood. They can't get away from it.
And it's in mine, so it's I can't.
Right.
I can't.
You
force
appreciate it.
Yeah, and as much as I love two-wheel, I would love to give my boys the opportunity to do something other than, because it has given us so much, but it has taken away so much more. And I would love to see my boys try all things. I sent Hannah a photo the other day. I'm at the golf course.
Yeah.
I'm let's try golf for a little bit. You're only 5, but we're gonna try We've tried football. We've been on the same team with the Plessingers.
Yes, we love watching that.
Yeah.
It's so
And
cute.
so Griffey's he's not at 5 already, I think you can already see whether they're a team sport
Right, or
person
individual.
or not. And he's very much an individual. And I'm going to credit that to Will. You know,
Yeah.
he's always seen a team atmosphere, but it's dad.
It could also change. You'd be surprised, at least in my experience as a mom, because that's kind of how crew started, and then it just slowly evolved into other things, which is great too.
Did you guys watch football beforehand though? Same. I'm like, how do we get into this? Because I don't know a single thing. Like my closest relation to football is Aaron and Chris.
The Plessingers.
And Kendall. I'm like, Kendall, who are the dogs? Like, what's
I
that
know.
So
Who are the dogs?
I know nothing about college football.
Well, and that's a West Coast thing. Is like we didn't grow up, and maybe you can say
it is. It's
cheering for college sports. It just wasn't. It was all professional.
right.
And then when you start meeting people from the East Coast or the
it's
South,
a religion.
it is
yes.
like they watch that more than the pros. And the only
Yeah.
reason they watch the pros is because their favorite college athlete has now gone and signed
Yes.
with the pros.
Yeah.
So you learn something all the time, and that's something that I've really learned over the last 10 years is how much college sports are in their blood
Yeah.
in different parts of the United States.
Well,
Where
it's like if you have someone to cheer for, like we've always cheered for the individual athletes too,
Right.
you know? And so like Ken has a relationship with Breitling. He's been a Breitling client. Well, so is Trevor Lawrence. And I'm like, he could
that's
go.
right.
He could go to the Super Bowl.
Did you guys go to a game with them? What did you guys do?
Yeah, I was 38 weeks pregnant. And we went to a Breitling activation up in Jacksonville to meet Trevor. And such a cool human. And so, yeah, like that was our introduction to football. And I'm like, oh, hey, we have someone to cheer for now.
Right.
And of course, when Tom Brady went to the Bucs, I'm like, we are for sure. Like, I'm all about that TB method. So he, when you can cheer on the goat when he's like in your backyard.
right, it makes sense.
It makes sense. But other than that, I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, following Jet Astafin too, I think he's got a great career ahead of him too. I think he just pledged to a school.
He did.
Oh, he
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So yeah, we'll probably get more involved into football as
Yeah.
we watch
all the kids.
Right.
I grew up watching pro football. My dad was a Rams fan, and
Yeah.
now I'm a Rams fan. Let's go Rams.
I'm a Rams fan now too because my son's a Rams fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Our son played till like 8th grade, and then he didn't want to play in high school. Basketball.
Okay.
It was faster.
Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah.
He needed constant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be fun to just see what the kids grow into.
Yeah. I want to get into, so if Ken ends up doing more truck racing, we had so much fun doing the truck race. And I saw that they have like these little like Razor 170 classes. And I'm like, hey, that might be our thing. Like, while Dad is doing this,
Yeah.
I won't be a micro mom.
And
But
it's
I'll be
a
an
little
off-road.
safer.
A little
you
safer, and I have full faith in the tiny bit of knowledge that I have, and then tapping into my dad, and I think it would be a fun adventure for him because I know like
It would be
Griffey
so
would love
fun.
it.
And then you
Yeah.
guys could all be together, like,
Yep.
your parents and Blake. It would just be so fun
And
to be
that
back
was-
together at the track,
Yep.
just in a different way.
And that was one of the things that Blake was able to do also was, after his injury, he got into side-by-side. Like he had a full hand
And it still
control,
gave
everything. Still a family
that-
sport. We can, the adrenaline
Yes,
dump
and the
that he
racing,
needed.
and Well, let's talk about Blake.
Okay.
So some people might not know
Yeah.
about what happened to Blake. So let's talk about it.
So 2019, January 14th, actually, we just had the anniversary of his accident, but we were between Phoenix and A2, and like it always does, it always rains here. So we went to Utah to go riding. It's, something we have done so many times. And Ken and Blake went riding down, and Blake was just fun riding at the time. He wasn't an athlete anymore. He was still training Ken. And so, we lived together. We were always with each other. And I get a call, and I'm in my mom's kitchen, and Ken said, Blake's had an accident, and he can't move his legs. I'm like, what? they're taking him to Mesquite. They had been riding, and Blake just had a simple crash, and so I took him to Mesquite, and they ended up getting him up to St. George, where they have a great neuro department up there. And Blake had broke his C6, C7, and they had to brace him at the C5 and T1. And it was a start of a completely shocking new chapter for us. Very, very unexpected. It's hard, or was hard,
Yeah, I can imagine it's still hard.
That's your little brother too.
Little brother, and I feel like, those words kind of live like a ghost in my head because, it's so surprising and just, bit of shock. And it's also one of those things, I had been a fixer. We've seen our fair share of injuries. Like we had 2017, we had 2018, and then we had Blake's, and you can fix, and you can't fix this, and you can be hopeful and, pray about it and go down the whole research route, but it's time and what the body wants to allow him to do, and there's not a lot of knowledge. Like once you, you can't, it's not like you can diagnose exactly what happened to a spinal cord, and if it's not severed, well, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? Is it pinched? Is there a blood clot? Like, you don't
It's like
know.
Jimmy Button was incomplete spinal injury too.
And Blake's an incomplete. So of course, like we hope that technology, and I would love nothing more than to see him run around with my kids.
And Blake is the most active person. That was just, your whole family is super active, but when I think of the Savage family, I just think of everybody outside, everybody moving, everybody doing whatever it is, just outside.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that when you had your husband racing and now your brother is having to recover? And
it was a very very awkward role to play because he had been through his 2 injuries, and for us it's, as sad as it sounds, it's we have to get back to business. You had to race the next weekend.
And that would be hard for Ken too.
For sure. There was not a word spoken about the injury, the diagnosis, or anything at A2. Like we were tight-lipped, because of course they say, give it time for the swelling to go down, like anything could change. But how do you protect this person who that Ken is hurting? Like Ken was there, picked him up, he had his own experience with that. And how do you ask someone to talk about that when they have this, they're getting ready to put their leg over a dirt bike that just took this from his brother-in-law.
That's so hard.
So it was
to get into race mode too, to have all those things weighing on you.
Well, Andrew was with Ernesto. Was Nate there?
Nate was there, and I got the call from Nathan to contact his wife, and we went straight to the hospital. So Nate was there when it happened.
I just remember talking to Andrew, and Andrew, I mean, I don't know how you guys did that. It was just
and it was hard for, you see your brother, he's laying in a bed, and, you see your husband, and he's getting back to your job, but, like, now that I'm a mom, how do I support my mom?
Yeah, I was going to ask about your parents.
Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, it's okay. This is a crying podcast. It's fine.
Good, because I'm a crier. How do you support your mom? Because she's broken.
Yeah. And that's tough.
She can't cry in front of my brother. She can't cry in front of my brother.
Because she wants to be strong for him.
She has to keep him positive, and, it's not like
do you want a tissue or anything?
Probably, yeah.
Let me get it.
Now that I'm a mom, like, how do you see your child hurting? And I remember she had told me, it was like right after Blake got to come home, because Blake came home to her house for a while, or to hers and my dad's house well, we did a remodel on his house to get it ready because it's, you know, right away you want to be able to give someone the tools to
The
get
freedom.
back
Totally.
to
Independence.
as much because, you know, Blake is just that kind of person. He's capable of doing things by himself. Just give him a short learning curve and he'll figure it out. And so he was at my mom and dad's house, and she's helping him like into the tub, and you know, you can't feel anything. And he just was like, turn the water hotter. My mom's like, I can't go any hotter. Like, and he's getting frustrated, and he's like yelling at her, turn the water hotter. And because you can't feel it. And she told me not long ago, you know, Blake had asked her, Mom, you didn't cry much. And she's like, Blake,
I cried lots.
I cried lots. I just couldn't cry in front of you. You know, but I'd get that back end from my mom, you know.
Because she feels safe enough to do it around you.
Yeah, like how do you support this person while she's supporting this person? And
that's a lot to fall on you, and you're trying to support your husband that is still racing and his feelings.
She's
and
in it. Like
totally.
we get to, we're going home, not out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but she's
There.
living it
She's living this
24/7
nightmare with him, and yeah, what a rough go for him, for my family. But I've learned so much from him because he's at peace with it. And it wasn't long ago where I couldn't ever understand, like, how can I don't understand how you've processed this. Like, you know, understanding Blake's, like, how have you become okay with this? And I watched a show with, oh my gosh, who is Thor? What's his name?
Oh, he's a brother.
Yeah,
Chris Evans.
Yes.
Hemsworth.
Have the same
Yeah.
thing.
Chris
Hemsworth.
Evans, isn't he?
He's only like the most gorgeous human on
Yeah.
earth, right? And he, you know, goes through the Alzheimer's journey.
What?
Limitless?
I don't think I've ever. I'll have to
Oh,
check it
you
out.
would love it. You guys would both
It's a
love it.
tearjerker, isn't it?
Well, yeah. The last one. And I've watched his journey because he holds 2 genes for Alzheimer's. And we have that very heavily in our family. I just lost a grandfather in July to dementia. So I was like really, really into the show. You know, how can I be on the preventative side? And this last episode is about grief. And I never understood Blake's process of being okay with the injury until I watched this episode. And it's how you have, like, grieving the person you were and opening this new chapter on who your life moving forward, like what your life is going to look like. And you can either be stuck in that grieving process and be frustrated and, you know, not do anything about it. And where, like, all along, Blake had already gone through this grieving process. And I'm like, wow, for someone to be able to, I won't say he's moved quickly into the acceptance phase, but so proud of the strength and the grit and the hope that he has, and just keep going, you know, and there are no barriers for him. You know, he has, you know, entered the dating world. He's spoken at colleges. He, you know, works, you know, whenever that there's like a case at the hospital, he'll go and he'll talk to people, and he works with Road to Recovery, and he's running our merch business and still training guys. I'm like, you're a rock star.
He
He's like such a
and
hero.
I feel like he just, right out of the gate, he just kept going.
Yep.
It was really inspiring to watch him.
He is so inspiring, and the way he is with my boys, and
cute.
they love Uncle Blake, and it's just
Uncle Blake.
Yeah, like we'll watch YouTube videos of when he rode. So like my boys know that this wasn't his life all along, but they you know, it's always like I want to push, and Blake just lets them go wild. And
I want to sit on his lap and
I
go.
want to sit on his lap. So yeah, it's just, I am so proud of who he is and how he has handled this whole thing. And yeah, he's just such a good.
So he goes to, when you said he gets a call from the hospital, does he have some type of contact where he goes and is like a support for newly injured?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely case by case, but so Blake had a very unorthodox road to recovery, like his PT. And it was so cool. His name was Steve. He's a therapist in St. George. But instead of just doing like your normal PT, get you up on your feet, walking and everything, he was doing boxing with Blake to get back that movement. Like he really tapped into Blake's interests. They went rafting. He taught him how to like swim in the water and to get back like after you fall. I mean, you remember like you're gone from the bottom down. And
it's really hard to
how
swim.
To get back onto a paddleboard or into a kayak. And so he did a different approach with his therapy, which I attribute so much of Blake's mental state to that because it's getting back to activity.
It's almost like extreme therapy and like extreme sports, extreme therapy.
But that's just who Blake is. He's just such an active person that I can't imagine him not doing that type of physical therapy.
That probably helped heal him emotionally and mentally too.
Yeah. So seeing him, boxing and getting his arms back and everything, and he's actually taken up RC car racing, which is really great. And to see the mobility that has come back into his hands. That's awesome. And he'll go, like there was a really bad case at Red Bull Rampage, Adolf Silva, he was injured. And what better person than Blake to go and help this person who was very much an active lifestyle like Blake, and show him straight out of the gate instead of having to rest in this stage of,
like,
oh
life
my gosh,
is over,
I'm injured.
But that life goes on.
Let's get you in a car. Yeah. Let's get you.
It's gonna look a little different, but you're still the same person.
Yeah. Let's get a wheel on your wheelchair. Yep. We're gonna go, and he would like take his family to Pine Valley and like out into nature and all these things. And like, what better person to do that than Blake? So
he's a blessing for others going through it.
Yeah, he really is. He really is, and he's just painted such a picture of what life can be like in a chair. Like it doesn't have to stop. Doesn't have to end.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Does he live in St. George?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. He has a house there, and he and my dad have like a RC car track too that they built, and I think they like host races and stuff.
Oh, fun.
Now. And still trains guys at the gym, and he's just super active. Like I think St. George offers so much. Like there's bike trails for miles and everything, and I don't think that we'll ever get Blake like on a hand crank bike, but it offers such a lifestyle where he can be outside with his dogs, and
I love that.
It's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's an inspiration for sure.
He definitely is.
All right, let's get into you and Ken.
Okay.
So you're like, okay.
Yeah.
What year did you guys meet? Did you meet as friends first? Like how? I don't really know much.
No.
So you're gonna talk to me, just like
she knows.
I know the whole.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you lead this,
She was
Hannah.
on that whole road. So back in 2011, I didn't really know of Ken, but then I saw Ken in the cat suit.
Well, that's when I met
party.
Kenny. I call him Kenny, sorry, because that's how I was
Kenny,
introduced.
whatever. Yeah.
So he came over in 2010.
Yeah.
Andrew had just signed with KTM.
He stayed with Andrew. I totally forgot about that.
And so
they were really
Ryan
close.
was in Bercy racing, and Andrew and Kenny and I went rock climbing. And then I met Kenny, and then was it so it was like a full year later.
Yeah, so it was October 2011.
Whitney and Jade had a Halloween party.
Whitney and Jade threw epic Halloween parties. And he was there in a cat suit.
What kind of cat suit?
Like a full
tight
zip
skin.
Stop it!
With the
Because
heart.
We have to find a photo of that.
I have it.
This is the best part.
Yeah, I got a photo of him because I'm like, this guy's
Epic.
confidence is
Right.
radiating.
Yeah.
Like, I have got to get a photo because I didn't really know Ken.
Right.
Well,
and he only raced here like a couple
times.
races, and then he was in Europe.
Yep, he had gone back to Europe to do GPs and won a championship back then, but so he hadn't spent much time here, and also like Eli Tomac's brother is one of my best friends, Greg, and so
everything's all crisscrossed into it. Isn't it crazy?
I grew up with this family. Like they were honestly, Kathy was like my road mom. If I had any problems, Kath, I need help. Like if I had a woman on site, Kathy was my lady. So like didn't know him, but I thought that it was so funny. And I remember them, like, everyone was, like, wrestling. I remember, like, Ken and Dunn and Jay, they're all, like, wrestling.
I wasn't there that night.
Oh, my gosh. It was madness, but it was so epic. And then they had a follow-up one the next year. But nothing will ever, I think,
Top that one.
It was just, yeah, the photos just.
So that's how you guys originally met.
That's when we first met, yeah. And so I didn't really see him much over the course. And then, 2014, end of the year, or close, it was like after the season had closed. And I remember he was in Steve's office. He was going through his immigration stuff. And he had left the keys to his house in Steve's car. And I remember him telling the receptionist, hey, can you FedEx these to Ken? Well, I lived in Marietta, and I went to everybody's houses anyways. Like, if Bilko needed something signed.
Was he in this area staying?
Yeah, he was up in Menifee.
Okay.
And I was just off Clayton Keith, like he's like Scott Road, next
That's what we live off
exit.
of, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, everybody lived around here. Marv and Matilde were up the freeway, and so like we saw them. I mean, they weren't part of the agency, but like literally everyone. You guys know, everyone.
It's like the hub.
Yeah. And so if Jimmy needed something signed, or Bob or Steve,
They would give it to you.
Yep.
Here, go get this signed.
Save on shipping,
Right.
and you're up there anyways.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just drop it off. And I go to drop it off. Hey, what have you been up to? And I'm like, making small talk, just training to do a triathlon, and we should go running sometime. Like, no, like I don't think so. Like, cause I knew enough of him to know that he had a reputation for being wild. Like, and I am very sturdy, very play by the book.
I didn't know that.
Still in my career.
Because I was older than you guys, and we were kind of out of the loop. I didn't know any of that.
Well, and I'm a little bit older than him too. So I'm like,
Cougar.
no, you're a kid. Yeah, you're a kid. We're 6 years different.
Are you really?
We are.
Holy cow.
38.
You're a cougar, girl.
Hey,
So-
girls can do it. Guys do it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
You guys
Yeah.
are perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like we've,
And when you
You're
get
yin and
older,
yang.
it doesn't
You're yin
matter.
and yang. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we, I'm like, yeah, sure. You can go running with me. And he's like, okay, I'll come over tomorrow morning. And I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, I
Like,
wasn't
ran a
serious.
Hey, he went for it.
Have you ever tried training with a professional athlete? And I'm like, I'll never do that again.
And he is
He's a specimen of
He
a runner.
is.
Really?
Like, he can run.
just an athlete in general.
Yeah. And I remember he had said, I think I had to get a contract signed by him not long after. And I'm like, I really need to get in the pool. I'll give you swim lessons. I'm like, what is with this guy? Like, I don't want swim lessons. And then, it was just, hey, how about, come to dinner with my dad and a friend of mine. We're going to Sizzler. So I sent him a photo.
Good old Sizzler in
I
Marietta.
sent him a photo of Sizzler.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
We had a lot of
here it
dinners
is.
there too.
Yeah, he went just when he was here this week, and he's like, it is still just as good. Like,
It's crazy.
Don't knock Sizzler, folks, but that used to be one of my favorite places to go to.
it really is good.
You have your
really was
options,
good.
great
We would go all
salads. I love the
time.
bread. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Shout out Sizzler.
Yeah, Stop Sizzler. Sponsor the pod. Yeah. But
That's so cute.
I went back down to the office the next day, and Beeks was working. Chris Onstad, he used to be at Fox, and now he's at the family still. But he's like, "You're gonna like him," and I'm like, "I am not. Like, I love my job. I love my job. Can you imagine the repercussions of me dating a client? Heck no. Like, I don't want to get fired." He's like, "Nope, you're gonna like him." And I'm like, okay. So, he asked to hang out one night, and at that point I had been working on myself. I had been in a long relationship, and I was like, I need 6 months, just like turned my garage into like a workshop, because I got my scholarship in woodworking. As weird as that sounds.
I did not know that about you.
Yeah, my dad and my mom own a construction company. Like, I love dilly-dallying.
Skill saw, all the things.
I have all of it. I have all of it. So,
It's like your therapy kind of.
It was, for reals. And so I spent 6 months just working on me and finding like, who am I and what are the things that I want to do in life. And I was finally ready to enter out into the dating market. And I'm like, fine, like, I'll go out with this guy. And it was that first time where I basically said, screw it. I've never stepped out of my
plan.
If it's a one night stand, so be it. Like, let the girl go.
Well, and then he
like,
sounded like he was very entertaining and fun when you first, I'm not saying he's not like that, but I'm saying you're like, why not?
Yep.
It'll be a
why
great
not?
conversation.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can go look at the mill at midnight with this guy. Like, did you ever do the mill at night?
You mean the restaurant mill?
No,
The haunted mill.
It's right behind it, though.
No, I don't know about that.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
I don't.
It's an old mill and it's haunted in Marietta.
It's so scary.
You've never heard
We'll
of it?
talk offline because
Okay.
I need to know about that. I love scary
Yeah.
things.
Oh my gosh, he wanted to go in, and I'm like, no.
You can't go in anymore. It's all closed off.
Yeah, I think it was open still.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, like this is like some Texas chainsaw
I-
stuff, like for reals. And yeah, and it was weird because it's like he was everything that people did not tell me about him. Like, he's like a golden retriever. Like, he is one of the most kindest humans and so thoughtful. And I'm like, I feel like I need a bit of this in my life. So went on a second date and a third date. And I think we hung out for probably like 3 weeks until he's like, you want to be my girlfriend? Like, oh my God, Steve's going to kill me.
When did you tell Steve?
I told Steve like 2 weeks in, and I had told his assistant at the time, and I'm like, Kelly, like, what do I do? She's like, you're going to have to tell him. So I got a meeting with Steve, like, hey, can I come into your office for a little bit? And I'm like, because Ken's like, you have to, because Ken went back to Florida, and he's like, you're going to have to tell Steve, like, you're going to come out to Florida and come visit me.
He's like, I'm not telling him.
Yeah,
You are.
I know. And I still have the photo still on his screensaver when Ken calls, because it's like that photo that was like the breakout moment for Ken and I when I had said, okay, I told him.
Hard launch.
Yep, and it's like the cutest photo. I mean, he's freaking 20 years old, so he looks like such a baby. But yeah, I just told Steve, I'm like, hey, Ken and I have been going on a couple dates. And of course, typical Steve, I already knew. I'm like, no, you didn't. Like, I did a really, really good job at keeping
stealth
this.
mode.
Yeah.
Did you? Because I saw a picture on Instagram.
Yep, after I had told Steve.
Okay, because I was like, I
We went to
messaged
the
you
beach.
and I was like, Courtney, I see you in Instagram.
Yeah, we had, it's like our hard launch. And
It was kind of a hard launch though, because it was like a big group of people. You guys were all in Florida.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes.
Yep.
And I was like, zoomed in on that shit.
And it was a tiny photo. So
It was.
It was a clack. She snapped
You
it.
don't get nothing by
Stretch
me.
it.
Yeah. I was like,
I mean, I'm an investigator too. Don't worry.
Hey,
Yeah.
Courtney.
So no, I had actually been, Steve had known about us by then. And then I had to go back for preseason drills, team photo shoot at the Two Two compound. And so I was legit in Florida for work. And then, we went on a jet ski with the whole group. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
She was there.
I was there.
I love it.
It's
Yeah. And
cool. The rest is history. Here we are.
I know.
And you guys got married in 2018.
18, up in Zion.
And I think it's really cool that Kenny proposed to you. He proposed to you in Colorado, right?
Yeah, in Vail. So he was going in for like surgery number 10, I think. And we were sitting outside of the Yeti coffee shop in the Vail Village. And we had already been up there so many times. Like, what a beautiful place. And he's still, like, to this day, he's like, I'm sorry I didn't get on my knee. And I'm like, I don't think you could get on your knee.
I was just going to say.
That cast was massive. And, he had gotten me, and I knew that we were, like, life partners.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, like, if marriage was ever, like, it's not a cultural thing
Right.
for them.
And you were good with that?
I mean, I wanted to get married eventually. But I was okay. I was okay with that because I knew it's like, hey, like
Eventually.
we are our people.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was okay with that. And yeah, I got out a little box and I'm thinking it's earrings. And so when I open it, I'm like,
You were shook.
flooded with tears. I'm like, we're getting ready to go into surgery and you're doing this right now? Like, and yeah, it was just so sweet. And it was, yeah.
I just think it goes to show like everything that you guys went through together in 2017 after his crash. And it was at Anaheim too, right?
It was, yeah.
And I just feel like I remember him saying like he couldn't have gotten through it without you and like everything that you did, and that's how he knew like I have to spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah,
so special.
No, it was super super sweet, and
It was.
I definitely will never forget it because it was like there was a lot going on, and I remember one time I had walked into the hospital room, and he was crying, like big crying, and of course I don't know if it's like he's talking German, and you know I still don't know German, and I don't know. And I guess he was talking to his mom or his dad, saying like, you know, I'm gonna ask this girl to marry me, and
It's a good thing you didn't speak German.
I know I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah, he's having a moment because it was like a roller coaster during that time, and floods of emotions for him, and so it's like after he got off the anesthesia, I'm like, do you still want to marry me? Like I'm just checking to make sure it wasn't the anesthesia talking, but no, it was good. That was the day that I think he got his elbow replacement that day, and had a full film crew. Luckily, they didn't get the proposal, but I'm bummed that they didn't get the proposal.
Right, yeah.
But it's like it was a nice little private moment.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then they sent a whole camera crew in to get the elbow with the cadaver, and yeah, it was a moment to remember.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Back then it was a lot.
Yeah, and now you have two boys.
Two boys, two little crazy.
We got to interview them at Anaheim.
Yep,
They're so
they're
cute.
so cute. Yep. So Griff came in 2010, and
No,
Rafe
not 2010.
2020. 2020, and then Rafe in 2023.
Are you guys done? We're gonna have more. We can
We're
edit
done.
this, but
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of like a cervical cancer scare, and I just
I've
said,
had the same thing.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm happy with my boys.
Yeah.
So,
They're so cute.
they're so
They're
cute.
gonna keep you on your toes.
oh my gosh, they already are.
Keep you young.
Yeah.
How did you cope personally with Ken's injuries, and especially like the one in 2017, right?
Yeah. I think it's just, changing your mental direction, had to keep us busy because, you guys know him, he's a busybody. So like we did a lot of wake surfing, but it was very like therapeutic for me to build. So we built a shop in the back, and, that's like the heartbeat of our house, I feel still. The gym's in there, we live out of there, but yeah, I did a full shop build after that, and
That's so awesome.
So yeah, that was my time. I'm like, well, I know we're not going to be doing much for a while.
When you get to spend that time, I always thought when Nathan got injured, it was horrible, but yet we got to
like a
spend
blessing.
so.
You get the gift
And
of
it
time.
happened right before I gave birth to Tyson, because the
Yeah.
season was going to start, and we didn't plan it too well, and he broke his femur, and I was like, well, this sucks, but hey, you get to be home and help with the baby.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a bunch of traveling because we had never been able to experience that together. Every time we would travel, it would be to a quick
race?
trip to the Bahamas or
Yeah.
to the race or anything. But yeah, I got to go see his hometown in Germany, and
How fun.
yeah. But then when he went and did it again in 2018, though, I'm like, that's it. Like, you're done with these injuries. Like,
Yeah.
What
please
did he
stop.
injure in 2018?
Right hand went through the. What do you call that?
I don't remember this.
I don't either.
Yeah. So
Part of a bike or no?
Yeah, I went through Coop's swing arm in and
Oh.
out, and it crushed everything in the top of his hand. And this one was a long injury, like a long recovery. I mean, we had a PT that lived with us, and because they filleted him up open both sides, and he had to go through 4 vacuum pumps.
I remember that injury for some
Yeah.
reason.
And I don't remember this one.
The right one was right next. It was big.
How
drama.
long was the time difference between the 17 and the 18? Was it like
Oh, it was like
9 months?
1 year to the day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from like injury to injury. And I remember it was that moment where I don't know if I've become hardened because of injuries, like, but as that moment where I was like, I was more pissed than I was in the mood to be, we're going to make it better. It's, like.
Yeah, you had just gone through everything.
You were angry.
You had just
I was
gone through.
angry.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
angry too.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Well, in like 2016, you come off of a massive year. Like
Oh, yeah.
2016, it's like you're ruling the world. 2017,
He was
you have
gonna
this
rule the
injury.
world
Again. He was going to.
Yeah.
And you can't help but be a little bit like bitey because of it.
Bitter.
Because you
Yeah.
feel robbed.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
All
could
that
have
work
been?
that they put in, that's why
Yeah.
you see the grind
Yeah.
and they don't even get to show the grind,
Don't even get to show it. And so, yeah, for it to happen again in 2018,
Oh,
then I was like,
We're done.
Oh my God, we're done with the injuries, okay? And, but that one was harder. That one was more, like it crushed the top of his hand, but the mental side, the back-to-back mentally on Ken did a lot more damage than even the 2017 one. That was a full new ball game for me because you see an injury, you fix it. How do you fix a brain? And then, then here comes 2019 and my brother gets paralyzed. And so there's 3 in a row where you're just like, somebody stop knocking me down because
it's a lot to take on.
it's a lot. And so, yeah. And of course, you have your expectations for yourself, what you were supposed to do, what he was supposed to do. And so it's like, how do I help this human change his mental perspective on himself? You were raised to be a racehorse and you're a child prodigy. And now this child star is not living up to his
He
own
feels like he's letting
expectations.
other people down.
Yeah.
Correct. So I felt like Griffey was the perfect timing for us because it kind of took the cap off of all of the rigorous demands that Ken expected of himself. He was almost forced to be dad.
It's not about
It's
you
like,
anymore, it's somebody
it's
else.
not
The
about
focus
you.
isn't just on you.
Yeah, and it was a time where he could be a little bit more gentle with himself and work on honing in on, okay, this is what I'm capable of doing, because with the injuries came the illnesses. He got the Epstein-Barr and the blood infection. I mean, we did a rally after the 2020 Supercross. He went out we had the residency in Salt Lake. He went out for practice, came back in, he had shingles.
Oh my gosh.
Like random, he would have flare-ups from Epstein-Barr or this autoimmune thing
And it's stress
in
related
a
too.
moment's notice. It's like, how do we do that? So we rallied up to Idaho. There's more of like a homeopathic approach clinic up there. And it was the first doctor, after all these injuries, we had spent so much money and time going to all these doctors, figure out what's wrong with him. Only doctor to ever draw blood and put it under a microscope. And for every single healthy cell, he had 50 viral cells. Like he was completely
Just running through his veins.
running. He was a walking virus. And so he had to first clean up that to get any kind of clear path of recovery to be able to even last an entire season. And I think that's a lot of the part that people didn't ever see, because it's like, you see the injuries, you expect these guys to get back on their
Well, they
bike.
think you're just doing the basic stuff,
Yep.
right? You just heal, wait, do some therapy.
Yeah.
But it was so much more than that with
So
him.
much more. And it took years.
And you could see it in his writing, though. I can remember talking to you, and you could be like, I can tell the exact moment when he's going to get zapped on the track.
Yep. And he had a bandwidth. And there's a lot of riders, I think, that have this same thing. That, you live your life in the dirt. Of course, you're going to get some kind of funk from.
Well, and then also in your lungs too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Black lung.
Yeah.
there's what's the fever one called? Valley fever is one they call it, and it's an infection in your lung, and it's like in the desert areas and stuff like that.
It's just bad. So.
Don't you get that from the wind?
You can get it from, it's in windy places. They thought my dad had it for a
no
little
way.
bit. Yeah, but he didn't.
That's bad.
And the only way they can tell is if they take samples from your lung. I mean, there's
lung.
so many things environmentally that can.
Yeah.
So he did treatment.
Yep, he did treatment, and yeah, he did a bunch of like the vitamin C, like the approach.
High dose vitamin C.
High dose vitamin C to help clear the viral infection that he had.
Did he do any like where they take your blood out and put it under like the photo light and stuff like that?
Yeah, he had to do that for a bit, and it helped. It's nice to, you know, to instead of always a medication, you gotta take this, and like, because you get also fatigue from that. Like,
Totally.
Like, I don't want to take any.
And then it's
vitamins.
just giving you another side effect on another side effect.
Correct.
And
Yeah. So yeah, once he was able to get that viral load, I feel like he was actually able to work on himself and the mental side. And you know, we have such a great team of people that we've been introduced because of these injuries. Where now it's like, even if he's having a down day, or if, you know, if you see a turning in the season, we had many seasons where it's like cool, and then you see like it turn, and I'll be like, calling in my reinforcement team, like, you know,
We need a little eval.
Yep, I need a pep talk. So yeah, Steve, Justin Brayton, I credit a lot of Justin's
Love Justin.
Mentorship, just being a friend and an ear for Ken, because you can't, like, it's not like I can be like, hey Ken, you should do this, and he's, you know, I'm not an athlete, I don't know what he's feeling.
And he
never walked
trusts
in the shoes.
those guys
Yeah.
that you mentioned, and hearing it from somebody that he respects and trusts, it hits different.
Yeah. Or
You know what's cool
therapist.
though is that it's been almost 10 years. It will be 10 years next year. But this year he is like a title contender.
Yep.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
It is so fun. I mean, I'm a Kenny fan for life.
Yeah.
You know this.
You always have been.
Yeah, but it makes me emotional because it is so freaking exciting for me.
Well, I don't know Ken very well, but I can tell you my husband respects him very much and talks highly of him. But I think he's evolved into this man before everybody, the public, and he just seems so, just from a fan perspective, just so relaxed. And just
He is.
And
enjoying
happy.
life with his
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
And that then shows on the track. And I mean, and that's from a perspective of not really knowing you guys. So I can only imagine what he is behind closed doors with his closer friends. And you're right.
And he got written off for so many years. Like,
He did. Yeah.
And it's just, I think that's why it's just so exciting.
Well, I think it was, I feel like, you know, this is just, of course, coming from my perspective. He is one of the most highly critiqued athletes in the paddock. You know, what he was supposed to do and what he should be doing. And so when he got all these injuries and stuff, it's like they expected him to go right back to 2016. And so, yeah, I would say he had a lot of, I mean, he did a full career revamp, you know, when he left Honda, and, you know, wish it had been on better terms, but it was something where he had to bet on himself, and he's that type of guy. He has to bet on himself for him to believe in himself. You know, he dropped all kind of coaches and trainers, and it's me. And if I can't do it by myself, no one's going to talk me into being able to do it. Left Honda, and because I mean that's an organization that has high expectations, and you know he was hired on to do this job, and you know
Life happened.
Well, they're humans,
and you know there's other people who are needing that position, and I think Ken was happy to move on from there. Yeah. And, you know, that's why he went through that fun season where he's like, I'm going to ride everything before everyone's eyes, and I'm going to let them know what I end up picking, because it's the first time in my career where I get to make a decision for myself. And,
I love that.
So, yeah, when he went to your Reeves team and did phenomenal, won World Supercross, won Paris, and I really credit also your Reeve for giving Ken that tool to believe that he could win on a bike that he had already been on, but just Ken, I feel like for years, was begging to do things his way, and instead he was being told how to do it. And when he was able to do it his way, he proved to himself, I'm not crazy. And that is huge for an athlete.
Huge
it's
in the
like,
mental game.
Yeah.
Huge in the mental game. It's almost like you have to protect the mental game more than anything else. in this sport. So then, I thought we were going to go to Reeves' team for the following year, but then when he went to Suzuki, I was like, this could fit, because, it was pulling at the heartstrings more than anything. And of course I had always heard of Larry Brooks, and I'm like, that would be epic for him.
They're an epic team.
Yeah. And so what he had done, and I feel like he's even grown, that team where he felt like he had like an ownership, and he's so invested in that team. And
and when Larry's invested in you,
yes,
that feels good.
Yeah, but he's a dad and a grandpa first, above anything. Like
Nate rode for him for quite a few years.
He'll come in and he'll be like, "How you feeling, kiddo?" I'm like, "Tell me another team manager that doesn't come in and demand to talk about the bike first thing." Like he cares more about Ken's well-being.
I will say, my husband as a team manager.
That's true. I forgot he's a team manager.
Is a very special one too.
Yeah. Well, he gets it. He was a rider. So. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Very, very thankful that we have. Oh no, Ashley has told me how much like she loves your guys, like the whole team, and why they've been there for so long and everything. So, but yeah,
But Larry he's very relaxed. It's
And if he has your back, he has your back.
He has your back. And I respect the hell of that he left to raise his family.
Yeah.
And he came back, no ego. I mean, look who he's won with. No ego, just did it for the pure love. And when he hopped on Ken's bike to really get a feeling for what Ken was saying, I'm like, dude, you're rad. Like, we're keeping you.
Yeah.
So, but no, Suzuki, this has been such a fun chapter for us. And just really feeling, it's almost like you have a touch of like the Two Two that comes back in a flash, because it's like we're doing it exactly how Ken wants to do it. Like nobody's telling him that he
it's
has
like
to do
you guys
this.
against the world. Like
and
here we are and we're doing it.
It's fun for the fans too.
Yeah, and I mean he's 31 now, and we don't know how much longer that he'll be doing this, but he truly loves it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be out there.
Totally.
And two of his biggest fans watching him. His little boys.
Oh, they are.
And yeah, that's so special.
Yeah, and he loves. I think he almost gets more anxiety with us not there, because the whole time he's like, "Man, I wish you guys were here."
Yeah.
Man, this would really, Griffey would really like this. Like he's always messaging me during the day, like, "Oh, Griffey, this. What's Griffey doing?" And he's really invested into being a dad. So it's like, you may have to start bringing him more, Court.
And you weren't there last weekend, right? Because
No.
when we were watching San Diego together, and then Ken was doing so good, and then I'm like, somebody had told me you weren't there. And I was like, oh, I was thinking about you.
I've committed to every other ones, because I'm like, I want to
It's
be
hard,
a mom,
yeah.
and I want to keep them on track.
And they start getting into their own things.
Yep.
So that's what makes it hard.
And it's kind of it's a lot to ask of your kids, to get on a red eye, to go home, and the big time difference. And so it's like, I want them to enjoy this, but I also don't want to run them into the dirt and,
That's a good way to look at it, yeah.
It's been fun to watch you go from like business Courtney to mom Courtney, because, and I even remember when you were pregnant, you were telling me like, oh, we'll have somebody there with me and the baby, because, the business comes first. And then it's been fun to watch you
let go.
Yep. I'm a mom first, and I love that. I love that for you. I love it for the boys. I love it for Kenny.
Well, and I feel like a proof in Ken's character. He's had the same people with him forever. Like Dean was before me, our bus driver. Like he's actually, I remember asking Joel, who was our Chad's bus driver at 2-2, hey, do you have anyone that you know that's looking for a job? Because Steve has just bought Ken a motorhome and now he needs a driver. And it's like, I had a little bit in that, but like Dean's still there. But as Ken has changed in his career, and he's just Supercross only and then World Supercross, Dean is that constant factor. And I have so much faith. Like Dean's like our brother. Like that sounds very like incestual, but like we are.
That's how Rico was to us when he drove ours. They are. They
They're
know
part
every
of your family. Yeah, for
every
sure.
aspect.
Totally. And he does all the World Supercross races with Ken. It's always Ken and Dean.
And it gives you a peace of mind too.
Peace of mind. And I feel like almost I have trained Dean. I have zero need to micromanage. Like he's got it whether I'm there or not. And
It's a peace of mind.
it's nice because I just kind of get to sit back now at the races and watch them do their thing, and I'll clean, I'll throw on a crock pot with some food, but I'm not, I mean, I would say I used to be like,
Headphones on.
this,
Yes.
this, everybody here, timeline, like,
Okay, so now that we're talking about that, what did a race day look like for you with Ken versus now? Is it, since you're
Yeah.
saying it's different?
well, I remember like even,
Because we ask everybody like a typical race day, but
Yeah.
it's not, it's a neat perspective before and after.
Yeah.
So bring us into that, the day of the race.
well, like back in the day when I still had my job, I would not be able to be Ken's girlfriend until post-podium. Everyone's packed up. And then at about 11:30 at night, I'd go home with Ken. Like, I was full race. Like, I had no involvement whatsoever. And then, you know, as I became it, I mean, Ken's always kept it very, like, lighthearted, but we would do, you know, still breakfast, lunch, dinner, very, like, hey, you know, the timeline, you got signings here, you got to be here. And also, he's still very sought after, but at that time, I mean, it's like,
The demand for
the demand
for
was
his presence.
massive. Yeah, like when he was very, very at the peak of his career at that point, where you know there's a lot more on race day that you have to put on a smile and go out and go do that, you know. And but now it's race day for him is the more casual that we keep it. It's like he has his time that he has to go out, he has to go do qualifying, and he's never been one to really care about qualifying. He can put in a fast lap, and he doesn't dwell on it if he's 5th or 6th or
I
whatever.
feel like he's always kept race day pretty chill. Like, as
Yeah.
long as I've been around, like, I used to be able to come knock on the motorhome door at
Yep.
all times, and you guys
Come in.
come in,
He's
which
not-
was so fun.
Yeah, he's not ever been like a snooty patootie.
Yeah, he
Like,
hasn't.
No. And then once race time comes on, it's a give you a kiss. I'll see you out there. You know, we have our corny little sayings, or I have the corny sayings, not him, but and I'll come back in between.
Can you
the
share
heats.
with us your corny saying?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple. We've had go fast, take chances, but that's been one that's been in my family for decades. And I
Go
got that
fast,
from
take chances.
Mike Webb, he was our off-road team manager, and then he ended up being Stu's team manager when he was at Suzuki. And so it was go fast, take chances for a while. Another one is go fast, but don't rush. And then now we've become really we are very F1 oriented now. It's been a thing where I didn't know much about it. Blake got really invested in it, loves the sport.
The series is what made me.
See, and I've never watched it.
Oh, it's good.
I'm like still on the performance side. I love like the names, the players, and everything. How I call them player drivers. But it was my way of introducing a new sport to my boys so that they had something to talk to Uncle Blake about.
Oh, I love that.
And but now it's like taken over. Like there's F1 everywhere in my house. We got the Hot Wheels. We got, it's on the TV. And like our baby calls, he knows which one is Max Verstappen, but it's his dut, 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 dut. And I'm like, why do you keep calling that? And then here comes the Max Verstappen song. Dut, dut, dut,
yes.
dut. And I'm like, I get it.
Oh, how cute is that?
Yeah, we have my mom has 2 cats, Max and Yuki, because they're teammates.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
that's
This
so
family
cute.
is.
This family
You
is
guys
very
are into
we're
it.
So now,
And you've
our new
never
F1
watched Drive to Survive?
I have not.
Oh my
But I've gone to
gosh.
races.
You have to put it on like when you're
Oh,
doing a
it's
long
so
flight or
good.
something,
Yeah.
just to.
But you got to start at the beginning, though.
Because
It's
it
so
really,
fun.
really makes you feel connected.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
somebody for me who didn't know anything, I'm just like, okay, who's winning? Okay, who
Yeah.
went to the like?
See, and we went to Miami, which was awesome.
Oh,
So
yeah.
cool.
Got the full Red Bull treatment, and we'll probably go again this year. And we've just really become fans. But in the F1 movie, and also we don't watch the show because it's like the only time that we come together at night and it's like you don't want to watch an adrenaline
Yeah.
filled show.
Yeah.
It gives you
trying to go to
anxiety.
sleep
Yeah.
because I'm like, hey, let's watch Drive to Survive. Let's watch the Michael Jordan documentary. And Ken's like, the last thing I want is to feel like having to fidget, and it's like you're feeling the highs and the lows, and I'm like, I get it. So, but no, we have elbows up, elbows out, or elbows out, elbows up. Yeah, because that was a saying in there at the end of the movie when they're like ready to go into
I haven't seen
combat.
that
It's
movie,
really
but I heard
good.
it's so good.
My kids will choose
It's up for an
that
Oscar.
movie over
I
any
need to
cartoon.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just announced it was up for an. It's
that's
up for an
awesome.
Oscar.
It is fantastic.
I've heard.
Yeah, we watched all like the pre-podcasts, like Dax, has. His
Oh, with
commentary.
Brad Pitt on.
With Brad
Oh my
Pitt.
gosh! I
It was
called my
phenomenal.
mom. This is the best podcast I've
It
ever
was
listened
so
to.
good. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, and he's a big moto guy. He's a
I know.
big Ken guy. So
So
I
cool.
love
And I
that.
love Armchair Expert.
yeah,
My
so
go-to
good.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so we're very much into F1.
I like that. What's one word to describe Ken on race day?
Calculated.
Okay.
He knows when he has to turn it on. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when it's time to go racing, it's like I don't even know that human because I've never had to tap into that.
Right.
But it's like athletes run totally different than a normal person.
Yes.
I think.
Absolutely.
So he's calculated. Like he knows when he has to do, when he has to, yeah.
I like that.
In the zone. Okay, now we were talking about shows. What are you watching right now?
Okay, I just started the Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, it's so good.
So
Oh my
good.
gosh, I'm only halfway through season 2, but I am in it. But I think what has me addicted, I'm just gonna say addicted, are the two brothers. Because now that I
Conrad.
have 2 boys, I'm like,
Yeah.
when they wrote that script, I feel like they did siblings and sibling rivalry correct. You know what I mean? It's like they love each other, they respect each other, they get frustrated.
It's
I'm
good.
like, can my boys just be
But
like
they're going to
that?
have each other's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you on the first season then?
I just finished first. I'm like midway
Okay.
through 2.
It's good.
It gets
I
better.
finished it. Yeah, it gets better. I finished it all.
Yeah.
I like
And then when you're done with that, watch Tell Me Lies. Because Monica
Okay.
and Sydney Rarick just got me onto Tell Me Lies, and I cannot stop.
Okay.
First,
Nice.
she sent me a text. She's like, "You didn't tell me this was soft porn." I was like,
Tell Me Lies?
"Yeah."
Okay. So
And,
no airplanes.
No,
I did
you
because
could.
no, I did, but
Just-
I was sitting by the window, so I do
You
get
just
I get
do the
really
little
weird.
shift during
No,
the
I do.
sitting.
I get embarrassed when
So
I
do
fly,
I when I
and then
fly.
all of a sudden I'll just go like this. All you have to do is just fast.
Yeah, and
hit the
it's
10-second
quick.
thing.
But Ryan wakes up and he's just like, again? And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like this show.
It's it's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like the 3rd season just came out. It's the 3rd, right? Yeah.
I just got to the 3rd season.
Okay, can't wait.
I
So
never
can
get to pick what we watch, so yeah, I'm like, this trip for me was the fastest flight because I'm like, I didn't even finish a full season on our
So
flight.
did you watch The Summer I Turned Pretty on the flight out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I started it at home and then I just downloaded everything.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I get jealous when people haven't seen some of the things I've watched. I'm like, oh, you get to live it all over again.
Ken's he's very repetitious. It's like if we have to watch or if I have to watch The Office again,
I'm like that
I will
with
live-
Friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
When we're at races and they're on in the
haven't
hotel.
ever really?
You never watched Friends?
No, I have.
Oh.
But not
Rewatch, yeah. I just watch it because it'll come on.
I
like,
know.
Oh, I've watched. I got.
We have it on all the time. Well,
do
for
I.
background, like
Yeah,
Background
same.
noise.
Yeah.
and then we'll just get sucked in again and be like, even though we've seen it, like it was my era when Friends came out when I was like 19. So yeah, it's good.
See, and I was actually just contemplating watching the OC again because I feel like that was us.
I've never watched it.
The OC series with
Like Misha
Adam
Barton.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that that's out on Netflix now.
Okay.
And so it's like, you know, when they bring shows back that were never available,
Yeah.
and they're like 10 years old,
Yeah.
everyone's starting to talk about it. And the OC is one that a couple of my podcasters have talked about.
Mine was like 2-A-Days. Did you guys ever watch 2-A-Days?
No.
That
Never
was
heard of
great.
it.
That was on MTV. That was football, like actual like high school football. I'm pretty sure I have it on DVD somewhere still. And
I've never
Laguna
even heard of
Beach.
it.
Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
I rewatched that.
You did?
And I rewatched The Hills.
Oh
I,
my
like,
gosh.
I never got into the hills.
I did.
I like The Hills too.
Yeah. 2-A-Days was actually someone who had gone to Alabama. And then someone, it was Tebow. When Tebow was still in high
Tim
school
Tebow.
in
Went to Florida.
Yeah, and it was like that rivalry.
I love like stuff like that. I love documentaries. Sports
Yeah,
documentaries.
I guess we'll have to.
I love Hard Knocks.
I'll have to find it.
On HBO, they do Hard Knocks, which is during the off season, and they'll pick a professional team, and it shows like the rookies, people coming in trying to just to make the squad, and I don't know, you can relate it to any sport, right? And it's really I like it.
Okay.
All right. For people who only know you as Kenny's wife, what's something that would about you that would surprise people?
I think I know. Well, mine would be the woodworking.
Yeah, me too.
Woodworking,
Yeah.
Yeah, scholarship in woodworking. And then, because I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to take on a family business. And then moto took over.
Dang it.
So,
No,
but,
you're
I
right
think
where
that
you
I
need
had
to
this
be.
full chapter before Ken. Because I feel like a lot of, young people, then they have their boyfriend and,
You did do a
I had
lot.
a full career
You
before
did.
Ken. I'm older. I'm old.
No, you're not.
You're not old
Do you
at
have
all.
a favorite drink, non-alcoholic, alcoholic, that you?
I'm freshly on the Bloody Mary train.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a wine drinker, and I mean, I don't drink much, hardly ever at all, a couple times a year. But Ken and I we like a good spicy margarita. But we went to a Morgan Wallen concert last year, and we stayed at the Wigwam in Phoenix area, and I had the most bomb Bloody Mary. And I found out it's because they did it with olive juice instead of pickle juice. And full game changer for me. I love drinking my soup. Kind of
Did it have a bunch of condiments in it, like bacon and meat and
extra crispy bacon.
I love when
all
you
of
can
it.
eat stuff, just dip it in there.
Yeah. I don't know why. I haven't found my wine.
I'm not a big wine drinker
Oh, I'm
either.
a member at a few out here. I love my
Really?
cab. I love red wines. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like a good marg or...
See, I don't
Bloody
really
Mary.
I'm basic, and I love a good beer, especially when we're watching football.
I like a Bud Heavy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't need
a
a fancy beer.
Modelo. I like the,
No beer for me?
I'm a beer. Me and
Diet-
Nathan will just, and then what? We're
Diet Coke.
Yes, me too.
I'm a Diet Coker.
I'm glad you
Me
didn't say
too.
Diet Pepsi.
No.
Diet
Nobody
Coke.
likes Diet Pepsi.
There is people. It's weird.
My parents, old people.
Oh, I can taste the
See, and I
difference.
feel like
too.
I'm an old lady with my Diet Coke. I remember my great grandma used to pop her can and put a straw in it, and I'm like, that is an old person's drink. And I'm like, man, I love
drink
it.
No way.
Yeah.
I get a fountain drink every day.
I love Diet
I
Coke.
drink
Diet
it on the
Coke.
way to work early in the morning because it settles my stomach and it has caffeine and it's not calories and
Yeah,
it's bad.
yeah. I mean, we love coffee. We're coffee snobs for sure.
Yeah.
But aside from the whole coffee, I'm like, give me a good Diet Coke.
something.
McDonald's.
The
McDonald's
crispy,
Diet Coke?
The crispy Diet Coke.
They have the best fountain diet.
Yeah, it's like
and
crack.
try to come for me and tell me something different. No.
Yeah, right?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Is there any other women in the industry that inspire you?
In our industry, I don't know a lot of the names anymore, but I think, when I look outside to other women who are doing their thing in their respective sport, keeping up with what Susie Wolf is doing with the F1 Academy for women in general, I'm always a champion for women, but how she's ballsy and she does not care if you're the FIA or, and I love that she doesn't use her husband's pedestal. And because she very easily could, but she is taking ownership in a very male dominated, that would be some hard barriers. And she does it with class.
Yeah.
Respectfully, she, you never hear that she's gone crazy. I mean, it could be all just very tight-lipped, but...
It's cool, too, that she raced and then
Yeah.
just worked her way up and
exactly.
is a total boss.
Yeah, and then, looking to other inspirational athletes, I've listened to a lot that Carissa Moore has. She's a super, super sweet surfer. Her dad actually pushed me into a couple waves. I'm like, the world champ's dad is pushing me into some waves when we went to Hawaii. But no, she's very on her mental health journey through the high pressure scenarios. I've listened to a lot of things that she's spoken, and now she's a mom. And she's just being, I guess it's as close as I can put myself into Ken's perspective and how I can be a helping hand from the whole mental perspective. She's really enlightened me on I don't know, she's just so inspiring, just with kind of her message of, you know, being graceful and easy with yourself and not always putting that pressure on you.
I love that.
I think we all have a
Yeah.
hard time giving grace to ourselves.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. We need to be kinder to ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You learn that as you get older,
Yeah.
you know.
And then, yeah, I mean, I love listening to other women talk in sports, like, you know, Erin Andrews and Carissa Thompson, and the giant that the NFL is, and how, like, they just truly love the sport, and how passionate it's, like, you know, when they see, I feel like a woman in our industry, if you see them get passionate, or if they're yelling and cheering, or they're, you know, protecting their tribe, because I mean, I haven't been the most innocent in my years of being a, what does my dad call it? It's like a side jockey. Like I'm like racing in my mind while Ken's racing. You know, you get very competitive, and you're putting in all that hard work too. So
Totally.
It's a team.
when it gets dirty, it's like, throw me in, coach.
Yeah.
Because
You're
I'll
mama
throw
bear.
down.
Yeah.
I've been there before.
Yeah, but they, you can see their passion, and it's like that okay for me where, like, I can be passionate. It's not me being a bitch.
It's not
or
you being
kook
rude.
No,
It's just,
yeah.
anything.
no.
It's like, we're invested.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually love that part about you.
Yeah. I've
So how are you when you watch the races? Do you watch from the stands? Or-
yes.
yeah.
I like to feel it with the stand, with the fans.
It's nothing
You
better.
know, those are our people. Like, those are, we are, I say we because it is very much a we. Like, people
Absolutely.
see Ken, but it is very much a we thing. Those are our people, and I feel like you have to be in tune with their passion, their needs, who they are, and that, you know, comes over into our merch business, and we try and, you know, deliver that to them. But I feel like I am such a fan, I should be with them. Like,
It's
I want
from
to
their
feel
perspective.
That. I mean, I mean, thankfully I've grown up since then, but I remember 2018, Ken was leading his first race since his 2017 injury, and someone yelled a profanity about Jason Anderson Jason should just take him out, and I remember turning around and lighting up the birds, telling the guy where to go, and I'm like, you can't do that anymore, Court. Like, so yeah, I feel it. I feel every bit of the racing, and yeah, I love it. I hope
It's
hope
passion.
it doesn't go away, because once it goes away, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Yeah. I love
Well,
it.
if you ever really want to feel the fans when Ken's retired, just watch A1 from 500 level.
Yes.
You'd have to go like without Ken, but
Yeah.
it's an experience.
I heard there was a girl peeing.
Yes. It's true story.
Oh my gosh.
And I like to watch up high, so that's normally where I
I've
am.
never been up there, but Griffey actually
It is
asked, can we
wild.
go up there? And I'm like, I don't think so.
It's gonna have to be like a solo mom's weekend.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
A solo mission.
Yeah, it is. It's an experience. You want to feel it with the fans,
Yeah.
girl.
Actually, Anaheim, I have like this sacred wall that I have for the past 5 years. And here I say, and I sit in the stands. No, at Anaheim, I'm in the Don Julio suite with Fox, because Fox and Bell buy out that whole thing. And there's the same wall. I got the same people in this corner, and it is like sacred ground for us. It's like our little tailgate as we watch the race, and I have, just all of our buddies were right there, and that's my little sacred
It's home.
ground for
I
Anaheim.
love it.
Yep.
I love it. Couple more questions. One is, we were talking about this off camera, fashion.
Okay.
Who do you turn to? What
Go-to
stores?
brands.
Yeah, just for, you're a mom.
Yep.
We're trying to navigate regular life, mom life, we're getting older, all the things.
Yeah. Target's always a safe bet, and so I don't know, I've transitioned into this stage where it's like, is it functional, and am I going to be distraught if my kids ruin it? Like, I want to be in the dirt with my kids.
Right.
So yeah, Target, I've really loved Beach Riot. They do bathing suits and everything, but they have really cute apparel. Always cozy, washes well. If I'm going to splurge, I'll go and Revolve. Yeah, I feel like mostly everything is like Beach Riot or Target lately.
Love
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, I gotta just have a good pair of shoes. I mean, I'm such a Converse person. Like,
You can see right there.
clean shoes. I don't care what the shoes are.
Ooh,
They could be
yours
from
look
anywhere.
very clean.
I think they're probably brand
are
new,
very
as long
clean.
as they're
Yeah.
clean. I don't care where they're from. Yeah.
If there's, we ask everybody this, but if there's something that you could change about the sport, what would it be?
Probably the safety factor. The big, like, what a phenomenal, like, outcome for Justin Barsha last weekend.
Oh, I know.
And the technology with that.
And I'm over here thinking, like, I wish I had that, you know, it's been almost 15 years,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah. The safety.
What would you do to change the safety?
I think that we need to have a little bit more. I think that we need to hold the riders to a lot more accountability to riding safer instead of giving so many free passes.
Yeah.
I mean, if guys who are going at the speed of Ken and Eli for the past 20 years, I mean, they have a clean record with each other. And if you, I mean, I know that it's part of the excitement factor, but it's honestly that thing that deters me from letting my kids race is the different approaches to how people ride. And I think that I think we need to hold the athletes to a little bit of a better accountability. And, you know, we've had plenty of races where we've seen, you know, Ken had to do WSX with, not going to name names, but there's one person who seems to be in every single aggressive maneuver. And I'm happy that they've started the whole like driver points thing.
The license
Yeah.
points, yeah.
Yeah, because I think at some point, like a license should be revoked. Like if
I
you're
agree.
putting everyone else in danger because of your inability to be respectful. There's racing and then there's being disrespectful. And intentionally, like I'm like, why haven't more people, like Chad was the last black flag that I remember. Why haven't more black flags been?
I can't tell you, yeah, there hasn't.
He's like the only one. And I can tell you so many other times that I'm like, where is that damn flag? I have not seen it in 10 years. So yeah, I think the holding the athletes accountable to make it safer and more lights, more, I don't know if I can't speak to flaggers because I don't know what kind of education or where they come from. But yeah, I think all around we can do better.
What do you think about the tracks for safety? I
think,
feel like it's come up a lot just because
Yeah.
there's been so many serious injuries at races
Yeah.
in the last year, I feel
Yeah.
like.
at tracks, I mean, I think, going off of what Ken tells me, because I'm no track expert, but I feel like if you're going to hold a pro card, it should be because you can do everything.
Yeah, agreed.
Whether it's, like, I thought it was kind of bogus that they cut back the whoops. It's like, you're a pro. And
Agreed.
And the whoops are what sets people apart sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Make men men again.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I think, the technicality.
Coming from a girl that's never
Hey,
heard the word.
hey, that might be our next shirt with some like a what make.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the track crew does a good job. I think Ken was involved with the chemistry when San Diego got too much water, and like that started.
That was
fiasco
wild
for us.
Yeah.
That was a big thing where we messed up. He got so sick from the burns. When you have a burn that's like right over your heart.
Yeah.
So you go on antibiotics and then you get sick from whatever, and then you got put on another round of antibiotics and it just tanked. So yeah, that was both our mistake, but I think I don't know, if it's going to be that wet, you call it. Like the safety,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know.
Do you think they need
Like a safety committee.
like a union, a safety union?
Yeah. I think that they should. I think that it should be rider driven. I don't think that they would.
Well, do you think,
like,
what about a union period in the industry?
Yeah.
Because you have the business side of it too.
Yeah, so what I would envision is like what they've done in F1. They have the riders, they're all on a group text. In ours, it would be kind of hard
With the privateer situation.
with the privateers.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say that they are the top 10 guys who have career numbers. If you're in the top
Right.
10 in points from the year prior, you're immediately on this union committee. And let's say that these top 10 riders, they nominate 3 heads. And I know exactly who, in my mind, who that would be, who I think have enough respect from the riders on that list and who I probably would be willing to be that spokesperson. I would nominate a Hunter Lawrence, Ken, and Aaron Plessinger, you know, because you have your representative from who's going to cover Husky, KTM, and Gas is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have, you know, Ken, he's been here a long time. You know, he's probably one of the most technical savvy riders out there. And then you have Hunter, who is very logical. I think Hunter has a very
Super smart.
Very smart. And I think it would be good to have, I mean, obviously we've talked about this. That's why I'm like able to.
We talked about it back when Nathan rode
Yeah.
too. And
Yeah.
why it has not evolved is crazy to me.
Yeah. I should say like talked about it. I've like thought about it.
Brainstormed
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
Brainstormed. And these guys work in conjunction with the AMA. I mean, you have Perry that comes around to all the, you know, the rigs anyways to get input. Why not have that text like what they have in F1? You have your start gate. They nominate, I think last year or the year before was George Russell. George is that liaison between the riders and FIA. And so that they're not, the FIA, it's out of respect for them. They're not being bombarded by all the
Right.
comments and the requests and all this. You have one person
Who's the
who has
spokesman.
the spokesperson for the general consensus for how the whole grid. So yeah, that's how I would envision it. And I think I would say 3 from ours because ours is a little bit, there's a lot of guys and there's a lot of varying personalities. And not to say that that's not in F1, but I feel like with ours, you need a very good paddock representation because you have people who are going to lean one way because it's a popularity contest. One person is a very high value athlete. So I think you have to have 3 guys who are able to talk well amongst each other and make a logical decision for the entire paddock.
I like that.
I do too. Maybe
I think we could take a lot of ideas from F1 just to like
Fully. I think that's
peak
what
our
I love
sport
about it.
a little bit more.
Yep.
Don't
That's
you
what-
think, I think one thing that I appreciate from F1, and it'd be interesting if they put it into Supercross, is when you do something that docks you points, it happens right then and there. It doesn't happen a
Yes.
week later.
Yes.
So that way that person who deserved it gets on the podium and gets to, you know, represent their sponsors and do all that. But I never understood that. I'm like, okay, so they got docked 3 points, but the race is over with and done, and now we're moving on to the next one. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you agree, but I think that would be something I would like.
Yeah. I mean, I've even thought so much as that you have to have, you know, coming from off-road, you know, Blake had a couple years in off-road. How cool would it be if we could somehow implement a mandatory pit stop? You know, whether it be you know, you don't need a tire change, but like, how cool are the races when somebody has a malfunction and, you know, they are right back out there, or even as, you know, I don't want to say like a goggle swap, like that would be super lame, but
It wouldn't be
kind of-
though during outdoors when it's like
No.
super muddy.
For
And
sure.
that would be interesting too. Like if you already did your stop and you crash and then somebody still has to do theirs and then you're like
Yes.
close. I don't know. I think that's something to think about.
Yeah.
But, and it also brings in strategy. The team would have to,
I love when you have to bring in strategy.
100%.
Yeah.
And then you have to have Star, that's a lot of strategy for Star over there.
It's a lot.
It would just bring a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there should be a cap on.
Yeah, I do too. I think a lot of things that F1 does, they just do it so well. I mean, obviously the inner ear communication.
Yep.
That would elevate our sport. It would elevate TV. It would elevate so many safety concerns.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a crash over here, pretty easy.
Even if it was just limited to safety.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not have to be, and it could all be from the same comms system. Mm-hmm. Like, doesn't even have to be a team person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Like it would be
saying-
like an AMA official.
Yeah.
Hey, crash at this part of the track or this section or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a red flag.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or, they have the, some kind of lights. If they can implement a green light,
Yeah.
if it's a red light, all of a sudden maybe there's a red light on the bikes that are letting everybody know, like, hey.
Yeah.
Or if you're going through a certain section, where's that blue light on your dashboard, on your handlebars, So many guys, it's like they're racing up through that blue flag where we've had lappers just many, many, many times, as I'm sure, Ken's had such a long career, but lappers have been not kind to us. Mm-hmm. So, I think that they could do something, I don't know, something with the lighting system. Because I love the green lights.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Because I like, when you can track who's...
Yep.
How far
where.
away. I like it too. For sure. Well, exciting things to come in the future. Maybe,
That was
with
a
this
lot,
sport.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank
Thanks
you
for
so
coming.
much. This has been so fun.
I feel like we could go on forever with you.
I know.
So much to get into.
We got to eat, and she's got to get back.
I
so.
know. Dang it.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to go have lunch with Whit, actually.
Oh,
I haven't
nice.
hung out with Whit in so long.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I wanted to have her on, but she's like, I'm too shy.
Who?
Whitney Langston, yeah.
No, I talked to her about it too at Anaheim, and I was like, "You are, girl. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
She will.
I want her to come on.
Well, thank you for joining us. This has been a pleasure. We hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Thanks for following In Her Lane.
Thank you.